स्वामीनारायण भगवाननी जय। अक्षर पुरुषोत्तम महाराजनी जय। गुणातीतानंद स्वामी महाराजनी जय। भगत जी महाराजनी जय। शास्त्री जी महाराजनी जय। योगी जी महाराजनी जय। प्रमुख स्वामी महाराजनी जय। परम पूज्य महंत स्वामी महाराजनी जय। अक्षरधाम महोत्सवनी जय। प्रमुख स्वामी महाराज शताब्दी महोत्सवनी jai. Just hello everyone, and thank you for tuning into this episode of Prasang-A-Day. Today we will be discussing the topic of Kshanti, meaning forgiveness. It is an extraordinary quality of God and the Gunatit Sadhu. Even if he is insulted, offended, robbed, poisoned, or brought close to death, a true sadhu always forgives. A true sadhu never seeks revenge or punishment for those who have harmed him. That is a complete forgiveness. A person who can put the past behind him, forgive those who have wronged him, and pray for their well-being has achieved greatest heights of forgiveness. Today, we can see these special qualities in Swami Shri. Not only does Swami Shri forgive the people who speak ill of him, but he also goes out of his way to make sure these people are not disrespected or troubled in any way. Swami Shri was in Kajisan in 1994 when Natu Bhai Patel of Dangarva arrived from America and started complaining. Swami, I want to invite you to my town, but there is a group of people who won't let me. They are jealous of your fame and are opposing your Padramni in my town. I have helped build their mandir, I financed most of their projects, but now I'm not going to give them a single penny. Swami Shri smiled and calmed Natubhai. Do not think like that. You have done all that service to please God, not for others. So whether or not they invite us, do not worry about it. Swami Shri's ability to forgive touches everyone. A prominent writer had for many months written false accounts about Pramukh Swami Maharaj in his work in the daily newspaper. Some sadhus could not take it anymore and they decided to respond to the articles. Swami Shri found out and sternly told the sadhus, there is no need for that. Did Sastri Ji Maharaj and Yogi Ji Maharaj ever respond to such things? I want you to promise me that you will never respond to such articles. Sadhus try to explain their reason. Even Krishna Bhagwan beheaded the evil demon Shishupal after 100 offenses. Swami Shri would not listen. Shri Krishna was God. He could act as he wished. We are God's servants. One who shows mercy to all is able to lead others. Forgiving even when one is capable of retaliating is something that only a true sadhu can do. A sadhu in whom God resides. Bhagavan Swaminarayan states in the Vachanamrita, no one but the true sadhu can forgive despite being able to punish. Pramukh Swami Maharaj possesses this ability. Pramukh Swami Maharaj gives contemporary meaning to Vedic concepts of Ahar Shatru, one with no enemies, thus enabling him to be the embodiment of Kshanti. Another example comes when a few pious sadhus were chanting the Swaminarayan Mahamantra on the outskirts of Junasava, a village in Gujarat. This was taking place in the time of Gunatitanand Swami. They were severely wounded and they all seemed to be battered and bruised with injuries on their faces, arms, legs, and body. They were thrashed with sticks and thorns. Heaps of cow dung were hurled upon them, mixed with spiteful insults. Some envious villagers had beaten these selfless sadhus black and blue, discarding them outside the village. The only faults of these sadhus was that they were trying to improve the lives of villagers by getting rid of their addictions and superstitions. They were asking them to give up meat, adultery, and to live a pious life as sun-singers. But the villagers' chieftain, Ugokuman, was against this idea. He felt that this would spoil his people, so he ordered the saints to be beaten, humiliated, and driven out of the village. Bearing the pain silently, the sadhus were treating their wounds. Seeing the sadhus' plight, some passers-by cursed Ugokuman for cruelty, saying, he deserves to be childless, such a horrible man. Gunatitanand Swami, who was also in the group of sadhus, heard this. He said to all the sadhus, come, let's pray to Bhagavan Swaminarayan, that the chief, Ugokuman, be blessed with a son who is inclined towards satsang. Hearing this, all the sadhus chanted the Swaminarayan Dhoon.
Swami Narayan, 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 Swami Narayan.
Thus, Gunatidan Swami blessed the chief who had beaten and abused him with a pious son, who grew up to become a satsangi. Swami followed divine virtues of tolerance and forgiveness under all trying circumstances. This is the end of the episode. If you liked this episode, please be sure to subscribe to this podcast on all platforms to hear more. Thank you for listening, and Jai Swami.
वंशज देते गुणातीतानंद स्वामी गुण